Hi there. So today we're going to be getting rust off the sidewalk. This happens when fertilizer gets on the concrete that was intended maybe for your lawn. Then it has sprayed over onto the sidewalk. In my case, it was moss out that was intended only for the lawn. Put it on the sidewalk thinking that it would work like regular moss out, but failed to read the instructions or the fine print. And what happened was I've got massive rust stains all over the sidewalk. Pretty bad. It's very orange and nasty looking. So prior to today, I did try to get the rust stains off the concrete by using 30 seconds and a pressure washer. And to my surprise, it maybe lightened it, but it was very disappointing. So that is what set me out on this quest to figure out how I was going to get the stains off the concrete and the splashing up on the side of the house and the pillars. Otherwise, I told my husband we were going to have to re-pour the concrete and repaint the house. He told me I better figure it out. So I did a little research, discovered several products, and the three that we're using today is what I came up with. I've got 3 different products that we're going to try out. I'm going to put one product on each section, or 3 different sections, and we're going to test to see which one actually works best. I've done some research and narrowed it down to these 3 products that should do the trick, but I'm curious to see which one does the best, and then I'll use that for the remaining sections of the mess. All right, so let's get started. The barkeeper's friend did a good job. There's still a little rust there. Here's iron out. Again, still a little bit of rust there. And then here is the concrete rust remover. So I think overall, I don't know what the camera shows it, but I think the concrete rust remover did the best. As far as application goes, the barkeeper's friend, you sprinkle it on like Comet, and I rubbed it in with the bristles of a broom and then hosed it off. The directions said to rinse it off immediately. Then the iron out, sprayed it on. It's already in liquid form, so I sprayed it on. It said to leave for 1 minute and then spray off. On the concrete cleaner, I had to mix it up. It comes in a powder form, and I had to mix it with water, then apply it, brush it in, and wait 15 minutes, then rinse it off. The concrete cleaner does appear to work better, but there is more process as far as application. You've got to mix it up, apply it, and use a brush to work it in. Wait 15 minutes or longer for tough stains, and then rinse it off. Now, if I used the barkeeper's friend and the iron out and just left it on longer, not sure what would happen. I will try that on some of my other areas, and I will let you know, or I'll put it at the end of this video. One thing I wanted to show you, there were parts of the house where the moss out splashed up on the pillars, and I was concerned about having to repaint. but I sprayed the iron out on and it literally just melted that away. Okay, so here's the front of the house. You can see here's the area that has not been treated. This area here was treated with the iron out and has been sitting now for about 15 minutes. And this area here is the concrete cleaner that's also been setting for about 15 minutes. Over in front of the house, it looked like the concrete cleaner was working the best. I did have a more concentrated formula over in front of the house. But here in front of the garages, I actually think the iron out is working the best. So I'm going to continue to let it sit for just a little bit and I'm going to hose it off. Here's the front of the garage again. And here's the spot that hasn't been treated. This is the spot that the iron out sat for about 30 minutes. And then this is the spot where the concrete cleaner sat for about 30 minutes. Unless it was a side-by-side, I don't know that I would be able to tell the difference, but being that it's side-by-side, and the sun is going down, but I think once it dries and the sun's out, they'll definitely be able to tell a difference. And then I redid the sidewalk portion leading up to the house with the concrete cleaner. If you remember, we had the 4 sections, and now it all looks pretty good. Granted, it's still wet, but I'll come out tomorrow if it's not raining and once it's dry and see what it looks like.